Okay, so re-recording my intro because I actually hated the intro that I did in there. Anyways, what's up? My name is Kishay, aka Shay, aka Shake and Bake, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I will be doing a Black reality TV star tier list. I have a love-hate relationship with reality TV. Growing up, it was in its inception, and then it became more popular as I became a teenager. There are a lot of reality TV stars that have made a big impact on pop culture, especially Black reality TV stars, and it is Black History Month, so of course you can't talk about reality TV without talking about the Black contributors. I got a couple names on this list. I think I have a list of 17. Yeah, I'm gonna go down the names of my tiers in the video, but yeah, I wanted to just hop in and redo my intro because I felt like it wasn't it. So I hope you guys enjoy this video, and yeah, we back. So today I have a total of 17 reality TV stars that I will be ranking from least iconic to most iconic. Obviously, all of these people are iconic within their own right, but in the world of Black reality TV stars, some of these people are more iconic than the other, so I have to find a way to rank them. Okay, I did pick naming conventions, so I'll explain the tiers and why I'm putting each person into which one. And if you are not familiar with any of these people, I will do a quick rundown of who they are, what they've done, what they've been a part of, and some of their iconic moments. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so here is my list of reality TV stars that I have in my tier list. So let me go down let me go down the names. wait. Let me just go down the names of the tiers. I don't know why I'm having a hard time saying that. So the first one, which is our top tier, is household name. That means that it means what it sounds like. If you say this person's name, you know exactly who they are. It rings bells. It's not a household name, but people know of this person and they have very prominent presence in the pop culture, you know, lexicon. I know a meme or two. So yeah, this is a person who is from reality TV, but they are mainly meme famous. Like, you know them from a meme, but the majority of people would know them from a meme, not actually from the show that they're from. I need a picture to remember them. Yeah, it's exactly what it says. You would need a picture to even remember who this person is.
I call shade.
Last but not least, you had to be there. You probably don't even know who this person is. In order for you to really get how iconic they are, you just had to be there when their show was airing, when they were on TV. Okay, so let me run down the list of people that I have just by how they appear. So we have Stevie J, Tami Roman, K Michelle, Tanisha Thomas, Cardi B, Tiffany, New York Pollard, Blac Chyna, RuPaul Charles, Porsha Williams, Natalie Nunn, Joseline Hernandez, Flava Flav, Nene Leakes, Phaedra Parks, Mehgan James, Miss Juicy, and Tyra Banks. Okay, so let's get into the rankings. First, we have Stevie J. For those who don't know who Stevie J is, he was on Love and Hip Hop. As much as we hate Stevie J, he was a producer at Bad Boy Records with Diddy. Diddy scare, sorry guys. But he was also on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, and I feel like that was peak Love and Hip Hop. Love and Hip Hop Atlanta was crazy. I have a couple people from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta here, but without Stevie J, we wouldn't know who Joseline Hernandez, the Puerto Rican princess, is. We wouldn't know who Mimi Faust is, who is also a celebrity, like a reality TV star celebrity. And it's crazy that I don't have her on this list. But without Stevie J, we wouldn't have gotten those two iconic ladies. So I will say that as much as those two people that I just named blew up, in order for you to really even know who Stevie J is, you would probably know him from a meme or two more than anything. I obviously know who Stevie J is, but in my opinion, if I asked like a random person who Stevie J was, they would probably know him from this meme more than they actually knew who he was. Okay, next is Tami Roman.
Say I really don't give a so then I don't need to tell you that I Chad.
I don't know, because the last time I saw you, you said you wanted to kick my ass.
There ain't funny, Tami. Don't.
Tami Roman was on Basketball Wives, but she's most notably known from The Real World, which is an OG reality TV show. She's also doing like shows on BET now. She's an actress. I think she's on Miss Pat's show. I'm not familiar with that show, but I know that she is on it. So Tami Roman, she's akin to a lot of iconic as well. I know her from Basketball Wives, and when she was on, she was a mess. Like, and iconic. Her and Shawnee and Evelyn and all of them getting into it was hilarious. So yeah, but for me, an iconic, do I consider Tami Roman a household name? Like, if I just say her name, do people know who she is? I'm gonna say that I'm debating. I'm gonna put her at her name rings bells. I do think that her name rings bells. If you say Tami Roman, people will know who you're talking about. Next, K. Michelle.
It's not a good day. Okay? Now back to that one.
Shaking the table.
Get the fuck off my porch. Get your ass off this motherfucking porch, bitch.
Household name. Household name. K. Michelle is a household name. K. Michelle was also on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, and she has iconic moments like
Rashida got bags. Her husband a girl. Her career is over.
prominent singing career. Country and R&B. Like, K. Michelle is really everywhere. Her beef with Rashida will forever be iconic.
Tell Kirk and his 3 earrings I said hello.
I'm Rashida. I rap like Shorty Low.
So I'm definitely putting K. Michelle at household name. That's easy right there. That's easy work. Next, Tanisha Thomas.
I love juice. Juice makes me happy. Pop off.
What? I'm just.
Pop off.
Tanisha Thomas is so iconic. If y'all don't know who she is, I ain't getting no sleep because of y'all. Y'all not gonna get no sleep because of me. Original OG baddie. Y'all watch baddies, but Tanisha is really an OG bad girl. She was on Bad Girls Club before Natalie Nunn was on Bad Girls Club. OG baddie Tanisha Thomas. But the thing is though, is like Tanisha Thomas is very famous from Bad Girls Club, and she was famous during that time, but she kind of faded into the background after a while. Like, she wasn't really on TV anymore. She wasn't doing like appearances, and she has recently just came back into the spotlight because I think she is doing baddies. But Tanisha is very akin to iconic moments. If you are a reality fan, like you watch reality TV, you more than likely know who Tanisha Thomas is. But mainstream wise, is she iconic in that regard? Like, does her name ring bells? Like, I'm going based like off of my I'm literally going off of my like tier list. So I'm gonna say that she's iconic, and you probably know her from a meme or two, but you wouldn't know her from just me saying, oh yeah, Tanisha Thomas. You know, her name not ringing bells like that. Okay, next, Cardi B.
What was the reason?
I just explained the reason.
What was the reason, bitch? You know what? A girl have beef with me. She gonna have beef with me forever.
You know you're not paying their rent.
Household name. Everybody knows Cardi B. Everybody knows who Cardi B is, but a lot of people do not know that she got her start from Love and Hip Hop New York, which is crazy because people constantly use her memes from Love and Hip Hop New York. Like, like, yeah, Cardi B, that's how she got her start. Well, she didn't get her start that way. She got her start from going on live on Instagram and being a stripper and stuff like that in New York. And people really fuck with her personality. That got her the spot on Love and Hip Hop New York, where she actually started making music and just took off. Grammy Award winning. Cardi B. Invasion of Privacy, iconic. Cardi B, iconic. I don't know what else you want me to say about that. Next, we got another heavy hitter. In my opinion, this is the queen of reality TV household name, Tiffany New York Pollard.
A wolf in sheep's clothing. I'm not a wolf. You see me coming.
You guys are just jealous because all of my friends that know me tell me that I remind them of Beyonce. So you can all...
And just saying Beyonce. You know what? Slap me, bitch. What? You motherfucking whore. You hate ass bitch. Oh, fraudulent. I don't give a fuck. Do I look like I give a fuck? Because I don't. I don't care. I don't care. I'm great.
I could spend an entire video on New York alone and her impact on reality TV, especially for Black women. Like, she paved the way for pretty much everybody on this list for the most part. Like, New York was doing reality TV like only New York could do reality TV. Okay, so for those who don't know who New York is, which is crazy, Tiffany New York Pollard, if you don't even know who she is, you have been living under a rock. I'm sorry to say, but that's the truth. She got her start on The Flavor of Love with Flava Flav. It was his reality dating show, and she made an appearance on there twice because she was a fan favorite. And her appearance on that show led us to memes like Beyonce, sweetie, the one of her sitting in the bed with the sunglasses on. There are a bunch, but she also was so famous that she got her own spinoff shows called I Love New York and New York Goes to Work. And after that, she continued to make appearances on reality TV shows, had like mainstream appeal and crossover appeal, I guess, because she was also in the British version of Celebrity Big Brother, which led us to this iconic monologue.
What would you want to say to Gemma?
Pretty much, I will let Gemma know that she is a fat cunt, and the shoes that she gave me were not something that I would particularly buy for myself. They were old maiden type of shoes on a beautiful woman. So if that's the case, she should have put them back on the rack. Somebody lied to her several times and told her that she was fly, hot, and sexy and beautiful, and she's nothing like that. She's nothing of the sort.
That is reality TV at its finest. Like, it's so messy and exaggerated and over the top. Like, only New York could do some shit like that. Only New York could get away with some shit like that. Like, I'm so serious. New York, household name. Shout out to New York. Next, we have Blac Chyna.
Cut the cameras. Dead ass. Embezzle?
Yeah.
Embezzle?
Because you wanted me to
Embezzle? Embezzle?
Blac Chyna, I'm gonna put her in ring bells. Blac Chyna got her start as a stripper, and she was Tyga's baby mother, the rapper Tyga. Yeah, we don't talk about him. She was known at the time for being a stripper and being Tyga's baby mom, and then she started dating Rob Kardashian, and she wound up getting her own spinoff show, and then she wound up getting another show on Zeus. It was her and her mom, and that's how we got Tokyo Tony.
You do it again, I'm gonna rock your world in this month.
So rock it.
You put your fucking hands on me again.
Well, yes.
Who is also another iconic. I would say Tokyo Tony is more of an iconic internet personality than a reality star, because the only reason that she was really like known is because Blac Chyna put her on her show and had that whole situation. So I'm gonna say Blac Chyna rings bells because of the simple fact of her like adjacent to the Kardashian Jenner clan. So I'm gonna put her in ring bells. Like, you hear Blac Chyna, you know who that is. RuPaul Charles.
Bring back my girls.
Hey, RuPaul Charles is obviously a household name. I don't know. I can't even say anything other than that. Like, RuPaul is not just a reality star. They're obviously the queen of drag, but most people know RuPaul from RuPaul's Drag Race. I feel like a lot of younger people especially only know of RuPaul because of RuPaul's Drag Race. Obviously, RuPaul is supermodel, fashionista, the queen of drag, not drag queen. For many other ventures that they have done in, hosting and everything else, but most people know them from RuPaul Drag Race. So I'm gonna say RuPaul Charles is a household name. Easy. Porsha Williams.
Somebody thinks I'm Beyonce.
You don't look like Beyonce. I'm sorry. I don't know who told you that to try to get in your panties, but
You don't want to talk about finance. You want to go back to face?
Cordell is not perfect by far.
Having a moment. Enjoy it.
Porsha rings bells. I don't know. Is that controversial? It's like, I don't know. Like, ooh, I feel like I'm being nice. I might have to do some rearranging. Obviously, these are my opinions, but I think that Porsha rings bells more than is a household name. No, actually, in a reality TV space, I think Porsha is a household name, but that's not what I'm basing the household name on. I'm basing the household name on, are you notable outside of the reality TV sphere? I wanted to pop in here and say as well that I do mention memeability and virality a lot, because in the reality TV space, it's one of the main ways that a lot of these reality TV stars keep their relevancy. Nowadays, especially, they're going on these shows hoping to get a soundbite, go viral on the internet, and boost them up higher into the stratosphere, social attention. So I do mention memeability a lot in my rankings, because most of the time that is what get these reality TV stars their fan base, their internet fan base, is the virality, the sound bites going viral, or the way people meme them. It's not like traditional celebrity where you're constantly in the spotlight. Reality TV fame is very fleeting, just like any other version of fame. I just woke up. Just like any other version of fame, reality TV fame is very fleeting, and even more so because people have such a negative connotation when they hear reality TV star. So a lot of them do try to cross over by becoming viral on the internet and basically making a meme out of themselves. So yeah, I do mention that a lot. I didn't want you to think that I was only basing my choices off of memeability, but I did kind of want to come in and clear that up, because the truth of the matter is a lot of them go on these shows for viral moments. They know how lucrative reality TV can be if you have a couple sound bites that go viral on TikTok now. That's just that's the lay of the land. But yeah, I just wanted to come in and clear that up. I don't think Porsha Williams is, but I do think that if you say her name, people will be like, don't make me call Porsha. Like, they will start memeing Nene Leakes. You know what I'm saying? But let me know if I'm being controversial. Like, let me know if you think that Porsha Williams is a household name outside of the reality TV sphere. Then we can get into that conversation. But in my opinion, her name rings bells. No shade. Next on the docket, we have Natalie Nunn.
I run LA. I run LA. I run LA.
Yo, baddie, shot o'clock. Don't get
You're always quick to do baddie, shot o'clock, bitch.
Bad.
I came back.
She's going straight up to household name. If you were to ask me maybe 5 years ago if Natalie Nunn was a household name, I would say no. I would say she's more of like, you know her from a meme or two. But from Baddies and Zeus fame alone, Natalie Nunn has shot herself into household name territory, because you can't go anywhere without hearing baddie shot a clock. You can't go nowhere without hearing sounds from Baddies. That picture of her blowing that vape, I run LA, blame it on the girls. Like I said, she always has a sound trending on TikTok. Her music is actually not bad, and it's so irritating because I definitely be up in here, and I don't even watch Baddies. I got my own feelings about Baddies compared to Bear Girls Club and what all of that represents in my opinion, but Natalie Nunn is absolutely a household name. I think that she has created a brand for herself, and she knows what type of brand it is. She most definitely knows how to keep herself relevant, how to have people talking about her. So I do think that, like, outside of the reality TV realm, people are either going to start like saying like Natalie Nunn, like start saying TikTok sounds or memes from Baddies, like Natalie Nunn really made it. But if you didn't know who Natalie Nunn was before Baddies, she was on the original series of Bad Girls Club and Bad Girls Club games, the games that they had and everything. So she's always been in that Bad Girls Club sphere, but she took it and made her own sector of Bad Girls Club, and that is no longer called Bad Girls Club, it's called Baddies. And now they have Baddies Africa, Baddies New York, Baddies Chicago, Baddies Atlanta, all this. It's baddies everywhere. Baddies and bad boys, which is basically Gladiator. let me chill. I said I was gonna make a video about baddies and all of that, but that means that I have to actually watch baddies and engage with that. I cannot. Like, my cousin watches baddies every Sunday on Zeus, and I can barely get through the episode. Natalie Nunn, household name, period. Next, the Puerto Rican princess Joseline Hernandez.
If you try me, 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 I'ma fuck y'all hoes up. If you're a mama and you ain't got your baby, and your mama got your baby, then you're not the mama. Your grandmama's the baby. Listen.
You would never send me back to the strip club because I'm not going back.
Hey, Maid. I see you got on your May outfit like you always do.
I'm gonna put her I'm gonna put her in Ring Bells, the Puerto Rican princess, Joseline Hernandez, baby. Yeah, Joseline Hernandez got her start on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, as well as Stevie J's girlfriend. She was also a stripper. I'm gonna say Joseline Hernandez, her name rings bells. Actually, well, I'll readjust at the end, but let me play some. But yeah, Joseline Hernandez, she also has a show on Zeus called Joseline's Cabaret, and I personally think that Joseline's Cabaret is the reason that Zeus popped off like it did. Aside from like Blac Chyna and her mom having a show on there, her show was a bit of a breath of fresh air, so to speak, from like the Blueface and Blac Chyna. It seemed that her show like had a goal, which was to have a cabaret performance and have girls come and audition, but obviously it went over the rails because of Joseline's personality. I personally love Joseline Hernandez. She is insane. And I think that that's just a part of her appeal. Like, she says some of the craziest shit, does some of the craziest shit. And when she was on Love and Hip Hop, she was wilding out for Stevie J, and it was crazy. That studio freestyle.
Hard from the soul, from the streets. I'm a bitch from the streets. I get that money. I get that money. Bitch, give me what you got. I get that money.
Child, a mess. Love Joseline. Love that she's clean now. Love that she has her husband and her kids doing her thing. But, you know, yeah, I'm gonna say her name rings bells outside of the reality TV sphere. Next, Flava Flav. Household name. Flava Flav was a household name before the Flavor of Love, and I put him as a reality TV show star because he was on a lot of reality TV. Editing Keisha here, so I didn't really go into the other shows that Flava Flav was on, which my bad, but he was also on shows like The Surreal Life with Brigitte, I think that's how you say her name, and they had a spinoff show from that called Strange Love, and then later on in his career, he was on Growing Up Hip Hop. I think, if I'm not mistaken, he also made an appearance on The Masked Singer. Okay, yeah, Flava Flav, he had a pretty prominent reality TV career, and he played a big part in why reality dating shows are the spectacle that they are. Yeah, I didn't want to seem like I was downplaying that, but yeah. Now he just kind of living life, doing whatever he want to do on his Snoop Dogg shit, which shout out to him because he seemed like he had it rough for a while. But Flava Flav, like I said, when I mentioned Tiffany, New York Pollard, he had Flavor of Love. He was also in a rap group called Public Enemy. So it's like he was already a hip hop legend, but Flavor of Love really like shot him back into relevancy. He had multiple seasons of Flavor of Love, and a lot of iconic women came from that show. But yeah, I'm gonna say Flavor of Love is a household name. Okay, next I'm gonna skip over these people right here, and I'm gonna do Miss Juicy Baby.
Everybody that know me know that my tagline is Miss Juicy Baby. I'm gonna wear my helmet, baby. Got my horns. Oh, me so horny.
Now, DJ need to turn my music up.
And I'm gonna say you need a picture to remember them. Most people don't know who Miss Juicy is because she is essentially like more so a radio personality, but she did star on a reality show called Little Women of LA. I think she was on Little Women of Atlanta, I think which is the one that Juicy was on. But she was a radio personality. I think she still is, but she was on the Ricky Smiley morning show, if I'm not mistaken. That's how I knew who she was. She has a very distinctive voice. She is very meme famous because people have moments from her going on live and stuff like that. But for the most part, she is a very iconic reality TV star, and especially amongst Black people and in the Black community. But she was on the radio first, and that's how most people knew her in order for her to even get on them shows. In regards to the tier list, you would need a picture of her to remember who she was. I love Juicy, but it don't mean that everybody else know who Juicy is. Next, we have Mehgan James.
Okay. All my beef is with the bitches on this couch. On this couch? You play that.
You had to be there. You had to be there for Mehgan James. She's very iconic. She's on, I want to say, my favorite season of Bear Girls Club. I think that was Cancun? It was like her, Erica, Rima, Fallon, Christina, like Julie, Andrea. The fact that I can name and remember half of that cast, that's how you know that season was iconic. That was the season when half of the cast had got kicked off for fighting, and they had to like do their promo shoot together. So half of them came back and started fighting again. Then at the reunion, they started throwing everything on Julie, and it was her birthday. Like, that was iconic. And Mehgan was a big part of that season when she fought Fallon and Rima in the hallway. Like, that is messy. That is a mess. That's the type of reality TV that I miss. But it's also the type of reality TV that Baddies is going for. But it's nothing like Bear Girls Club. It's not even close to Bear Girls Club. It's way more unhinged, in my opinion. But yes, Mehgan James, you just had to be there for Mehgan. She's funny as fuck. I think she has a podcast now. And I do think that she had a stint on Basketball Wives as well. All right, my last three, these are heavy hitters. So I feel like they all gonna go in the top two. So I'm gonna start with Tyra Banks.
Be quiet, Tiffany. Be quiet. That's what is wrong with you. Stop it! I have never in my life yelled at a girl like this. When my mother yells at this, it's because she loves me. I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. How dare you? Learn something from this. When you go to bed at night, you lay there and you take responsibility for yourself.
Tyra Banks is another person who is not just a reality star. They obviously had a well-established name before reality TV, but let me just get into that. So for those of you who somehow don't know who Tyra Banks is, I feel like if you're watching this video, you know who Tyra Banks is. She was a very, very famous supermodel, one of the few Black supermodels in the time of the supermodel in the 90s. Why she's on this list for reality TV? A little show called America's Next Top Model. that has now been very much, I want to say, condemned for its conditions that they had their contestants going through, and the way that the show did not age well at all because of fat phobia and colorism and blatant racism amongst that cast. I do know that, and also Tyra Banks had her own talk show. I don't want to negate that they are coming out with a documentary about America's Next Top Model to talk about how it didn't age well and all of the problems that was with it. So I hope that something good comes out of that. But Tyra Banks, household name. Phaedra Parks.
Looking through catalogs to try to find a donor. Honey, you don't know if your baby daddy will be an axe murderer or a child molester, because what you will know is that he needed $10 to get him a medium-sized pizza, so he ejaculated in a cup so you could have a kid. Now check that.
Rings bells. I'm gonna say Phaedra Parks rings bells, but more so now she is becoming a household name because I did just see her hosting red carpet. So you don't know who Phaedra Parks is? Phaedra Parks was on The Real Housewives of Atlanta. She definitely had her Georgia peach. Phaedra, she has been on other reality shows, and why am I blanking?
Loser!
I'm blanking on the shows that she's been on, and I'm kind of irritated. I'm gonna have to just put that in post because I simply do not remember right now. But I do think that she was on other reality shows. But yeah, Phaedra Parks rings bells. You say her name, you know who it is. All right, back. Last but certainly not least, Nene Leakes.
The ghetto.
That
So
now
why am I in it?
And you could have did
Now,
it.
see how I get wrong
did because you never apologized.
Okay. Whatever that means.
Household name. Household name. Nene Leakes is the most iconic housewife. I think that when it comes to reality TV famous and crossover appeal, Tiffany, Pollard, Nene Leakes, they got it. Like, those are the two. It don't matter where they go, you know who they are simply because of their presence. The memes that came from their iconic moments on TV shows, the way that they just kind of takes the presence out of everything. Like, well, I'm going to say for Nene Leakes, when she left the Housewives of Atlanta, it was definitely felt that her presence was not there. And those girls had to kind of catch back up and make it happen for them and make people more back interested again when Nene left. That lady has it. And also, crossover appeal was very much apparent when she became a recurring star on Glee. Glee was literally one of the biggest shows at that point in time. And for her to jump from reality TV to go to one of the biggest shows of that time because she is a queer icon, for the most part. Well, she is a reality TV show icon. I think that it just stands the test of time. She's constantly in the conversation, doing red carpets. I think she is going back to the Housewives. She doesn't need to, but she is going back. She has a podcast, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, even though like some of her recent comments have not been favorable, especially when it comes to the trans community, Nene Leakes is very iconic in her own regard. You can't take that away from her. Her contributions to reality TV will forever be important, and will forever be talked about. Like, she literally just kind of paved the way for a lot of these other girls on this list. Women move the culture forward in most industries, especially Black women move the industry forward in a lot of ways. They're the most innovative, they're the funniest, and they have the most iconic moments on these shows. So yeah, I don't think a lot of these reality shows would be anything without them. That's why they have housewives doing it, not house husbands. You niggas are boring. Y'all boring as shit. No shade. No, actually, all shade. Yeah, guys, this is my Black reality TV star tier list. Again, happy Black History Month. Let me know what you think. Let me know if there's anybody that I forgot. Let me know if I got it right or did I get it wrong. If y'all want a part 2, also let me know that as well. But don't forget to like, subscribe. I'm happy to be back. Can't wait for the next one. If you are one of my friends and family, I love you and thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye.